Welcome to English Unplugged. This is not just another lesson, not another grammar explanation, not another vocabulary list. This is a journey. Today, I invite you to imagine English not as a subject you study, but as an adventure you live. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself standing at the beginning of a long road. You do not know where it will take you, but you know one thing. The path ahead is full of discovery, challenge, and growth. This road is the adventure of English, and today, I will walk it with you. At the very beginning of the journey, everything feels uncertain. You know only a few words, maybe hello, maybe thank you, maybe how are you. They feel small, but deep inside, they carry the promise of connection. You take the first step, and suddenly, you feel the weight of doubt. Can I do this? Will I sound strange? What if I make mistakes? Yet, like every traveler at the start of a big adventure, you realize that courage is not the absence of fear, it is the choice to move forward despite it. And so, with nervous excitement, you begin. The road is not smooth. At times, it feels like walking through a storm. You listen to English speakers and the words rush past like fast cars on a highway. You catch a sound here, a phrase there, but most of it slips away. You open your mouth to speak, but suddenly your mind goes blank. Your tongue feels heavy, and silence fills the air. The challenges can feel endless. But this is not failure. This is the adventure testing you, shaping you, and reminding you that growth never comes without effort. Then, small victories arrive. A shopkeeper understands your English order. A stranger smiles when you say good morning. A song lyric makes sense for the first time. These little sparks light up the path, showing you that you are moving forward. You begin to collect them like souvenirs. A phrase from a podcast, a sentence you wrote without hesitation, a joke you understood in a movie. Every step adds to your treasure chest, and slowly, you realize you are not empty-handed anymore. You are carrying more than you thought. The adventure takes you to rivers. Rivers of listening, where words flow quickly and endlessly. At first you stand at the edge, overwhelmed by the current. You dip your toes, then step back, unsure if you can handle the force. But you return again and again. You listen to music. You play an English podcast while cooking. You watch shows with subtitles. Each time, your ears grow stronger, more familiar with the rhythm. One day, without even noticing, you are no longer standing on the bank. You are in the water, swimming with the current, catching meaning, riding the flow. The road then leads you to mountains. Speaking is one of the tallest. Looking up, it feels impossible. Your thoughts whisper, what if they don't understand me? What if I embarrass myself? But you take a step anyway. First, a small hello. Then, ordering coffee. Then, sharing your idea in class. With each attempt, you climb higher. The air feels lighter, your voice stronger. You see that people are not mocking you. They are listening, sometimes even encouraging. You discover that fluency is not built in silence, it is carved on the climb. And slowly, the mountain that looked impossible becomes part of your path. On the journey, you pass through villages. In one, people encourage you. They too are learners, and you share laughter, practice, corrections, and support. In another, you meet confident speakers, and you learn that confidence is not about knowing everything, but about daring to try. Each village teaches you something new: patience, practice, courage, community. And you understand that English is not only a personal adventure, it is also a shared one. The forest of mistakes is another place you must pass. Dark, confusing, uncomfortable. You mispronounce a word. You choose the wrong tense. You pause mid-sentence searching for vocabulary. You feel lost. But slowly, you see the forest differently. Each mistake is like a torchlight showing you the next step. Without these small errors, you would never know where to improve. What once felt like failure becomes your greatest teacher. And as you walk deeper into the forest, you discover it is not a place of fear but a classroom under the open sky. Sometimes the road takes you to places you never expected. You find yourself at an airport, suitcase in hand, ready to travel. The signs around you are in English, the announcements echo in English, and suddenly the adventure feels real. You stand at the check-in counter, heart racing, and you speak. The words are simple, but they work. The staff understands you. You get your boarding pass. That small moment feels like unlocking a hidden door. You realize English is not only a subject you learn at home, it is a key that opens real gates in the real world. On another day, you are sitting in a meeting, maybe with colleagues from different countries. The conversation flows in English. At first you listen silently, but then you take a breath and join in. Your sentences are not long, but they carry your thoughts. People nod. They hear you. That feeling of being part of the conversation is powerful. You see how English gives you a seat at the table, how it allows your voice to be heard in places that once felt out of reach. There are also quieter adventures, like reading your first English novel and understanding more than you expected. Like writing a message to a new friend online and feeling the excitement when they reply. Like listening to an English song, closing your eyes, and suddenly realizing you know exactly what it means. These small, private victories are just as important as the big ones. They remind you that learning happens everywhere, in buses, on phones, in music, in conversations that last only a few seconds. But not every moment is easy. Sometimes the road is heavy with doubt. You sit with a textbook, confused by grammar rules that seem endless. You forget words you knew yesterday. You compare yourself to others and feel behind. These are the rainy days of the adventure, when progress feels hidden. Yet, just like real rain nourishes the earth, these difficult moments feed your growth. Without them, you would not value the sunshine of success. The adventure teaches you to be patient, to trust that every effort, even the frustrating ones, is building you into a stronger speaker. As the journey goes on, you notice how English slowly becomes part of your identity. At first, it felt foreign, like carrying a borrowed tool. But over time, it begins to feel natural. You dream small dreams in English. You catch yourself thinking in English phrases. You laugh at a joke without translating it. These are signs that the language is no longer outside you. It is inside you, living with you, shaping the way you see the world. You walk into a cafe in a foreign city. The aroma of coffee surrounds you. You order a latte in English. The barista smiles and repeats your order to confirm. You nod. You realize that learning English has made this interaction possible, natural, even enjoyable. These are the moments where language stops feeling like a lesson and starts feeling like life itself. And then one day, without warning, you look back at how far you have come. You remember the nervous beginner who only knew hello and thank you. You remember the storms of confusion, the forests of mistakes, the mountains of fear. And now you see yourself walking more freely, more confidently, carrying not only words but also stories, courage, and connections. The road ahead is still long, But you are no longer afraid. You know the journey itself is the destination. And you realize something beautiful. This adventure never really ends. Even fluent speakers keep discovering new words, new expressions, new ways to express themselves. English is not a single mountain with one peak. It is an entire world, valleys, rivers, skies, endless paths to explore. The moment you stop chasing perfection and start celebrating progress, everything changes. You no longer wait to finish learning. You live the language, and it lives through you. This is your story. You are the traveler, the hero. Teachers, books, podcasts, they can give you maps and tools, but only you can take the steps. And with every step, you are shaping a stronger, more confident version of yourself. English is not only grammar or vocabulary. It is connection, opportunity, expression, and discovery. It is your passport to new worlds and your key to unlocking your own voice. So as you keep walking this road, remember, enjoy the mistakes. They are proof that you are learning. Celebrate the small wins, because they build the courage for bigger ones. Speak even when your voice trembles. Listen even when you understand only half, and keep moving forward, because every step counts. Thank you for walking with me today on English Unplugged, the podcast. Carry this sense of adventure into your daily practice. Share it with friends, inspire each other, and never forget, English is not just a subject, it is a life experience. Until next time, keep listening, keep speaking, and above all, keep enjoying your own adventure of English. Because the story is yours, and it has only just begun.